the dialogue, the talks are so that the elite can be included in government. All these reports are for people to share power and to be included in government.
It's not about the citizen.
It's not about the citizens. I mean, President Ruto should pick any of those 26 reports and implement one of them. And the exact thing that the youth are demanding, that Kenyans are demanding, is in one of those reports. Take, for example, the Eminent Persons Report, which was chaired by the late Bethwel Kiplagat, 2006.
TJRC.
That TJRC is much later.
Later.
Yeah.
Immediately we did the referendum. In 2005, Kibaki dissolved
His government.
his cabinet. And because there was such division in the country, he formed an eminent persons panel, which generated a report after listening to Kenyans as to why we were divided, etc. That report is there. Later that year, Gracia Machel had been chairing what we call the APRM NEPAD report on Kenya, peer review on Kenya. The report was published, and President Kibaki went to Cotonou and picked that report. It is a very huge report. 46,000 Kenyans were interviewed by the Gracia Machel panel. And the report, the work started in 2004. The report came out in 2006. It identified 8 problems with Kenya. The recommendations were not acted upon by President Kibaki. In fact, the following year, President Kibaki did exactly the opposite of what the report
was
recommended. He went on and constituted an electoral commission without consulting the opposition, and the country blew up in 2007. Then Kofi Annan came, and we sat, and we generated a huge report, the Kenya National Dialogue Review Report. And the report has exactly the agenda 4 items that were supposed to be acted upon. Some of the other reports is that there was the Waki Commission report, Kriegler Commission, TJRC. TJRC, President Uhuru did not even touch one. He didn't even open one page of the TJRC report. And the TJRC report has everything that needs to be done to heal this nation and set it on the path to victory. We didn't listen to the TJRC report. We went into the 2017 clashes, and then there was the BBI with 9 issues. All right? When you read those 9 issues and you look at the Kofi Annan Agenda 4 and you look at the NEPAD APRM, they are identical.
It's the same issues.
It's the same issues. And then we didn't implement BBI because all these reports, this is the thing I need to say, and I said it on Friday. All these reports are for people to share power and to be included in government.
It's not about the citizen.
It's not about the citizens. This is the only generation since Kenya became a colony in 1920. This is the only generation which has said, you are not going to use us to share power. The only generation. Mau Mau was used. They died. They fought for independence. The Home Guards took over power.
Yeah.
Then the second generation, those who fought for it, did not benefit from the second liberation. It is Mwai Kibaki who was against, the multi-party democracy, who was the first president under the multi-party era. The beneficiaries in this country, 2010 Constitution, President Ruto, Uhuru Kenyatta, people like Gachagua, these were the people who were in the know when we were fighting for the Constitution. They are the ones who have become presidents under the new Constitution. The beneficiaries, the history of this country shows us that the beneficiaries of this country are not the people who are in the struggle.
The ask right now is that all Kenyans benefit from a government, from an institution of leadership that does the right thing.
Exactly.
That's the ask. Do you think that this ask must continue until the right thing is done?
It is not going. It is a demand that is the revolution happened on June 25. After June 25, CT, you realize that there are about 20 things, and I published it, the 20 things that changed on June 25th. One of them is that you saw ministers taking away their flags and hiding them. You've not seen people driving on the wrong side of the road.
Sirens blaring.
You've not seen arambes in churches. You've not seen, even MPs have not gone out there to brag. Everybody is hiding because something happened on the 25th. Parliament is never, ever going to do things that are not representing the people and doing oversight over the executive. So there's a revolution that has happened in this country. And it's because of that the leadership of Gen Z is saying, our generation is not going to sit here and allow you to use our blood, our tears and our sweat to negotiate for power and inclusion. The question they've asked Raila Odinga is, you want to have dialogue between who and who? Who is having the dialogue? We haven't asked for the dialogue. We've actually told the president that we don't want the dialogue. Time for dialogue is over. Do the right thing and implement, because the only problem in this country is that we do not implement the national consensus. There's a national consensus, we don't implement it.
Yeah.
So the ask is, do the right thing. And the president is not doing the right thing.
So should the ask continue? Should the demand continue until the right thing is done? I think
it is going to continue. And what is going to happen is that anybody who is not going to do the right thing is unfortunately going to be a victim of refusing to toe the line and a victim of not doing the right thing that the people have asked. Parliament was told, do not pass the finance bill. They refused to listen to what Article 10 of the Constitution says. What happened to Parliament? It was overrun. And you know, they have not asked themselves, are they really going to come back and continue with parliamentary business as usual? So the president is unable to continue with business as usual basis of governing. The churches are not operating on the basis of how they used to operate. And that's why President Ruto really has to ask himself, what are the people of this country saying? The people of this country are saying, we can't trust you. You are not transparent and accountable. You don't respect us. And unfortunately, you are not disciplined because you don't do the right thing that is supposed to be done by your office. So unless the president responds to those four things in the affirmative, what the young people and the country is telling him is, you must go. You must go.
Shape up or ship out.
Or ship out. And the time is running out. The window really
It's closing very fast.
Is closing very